What's that? Look at it. 58. 8. Check.
Hey, watch it.
81. Show it up.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Newton. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Set. Right at 8.
53. Mike.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Gun.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Just beating the play clock is Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. The Charger drive about to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Go.
2nd and 3. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Right to the 3.
Mike, 58, right there. It's coming this way.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
I got him.
Now the backup Kaiser to throw. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. 20! And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here we go. 60-or. 6-6. Bullet high.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
X3. 218. Chop.
2nd and long. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the end.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. On second down now. It's Sanders, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Gun.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Topper!
Gordon. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
3 ball. Check 9. Protein spill.
Here's 2nd and 8. Sets up the screen to Gordon. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line.
Let's go.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this run.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Mecole Hardman, 77 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. A first down throw for Kaiser. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Kaiser on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him to first. Newton throwing again. Johnson's got it complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
20.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
53 to Mike.
Gun. Oh, yeah. Point. Get it.
Throwing again is Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Again, Newton. He finds his man Johnson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Exit. Check 43. Check 37. Check 37.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Ready? Step ready?
53 is the mic. I'm coming.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
The 22-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Shit. He's checking. Crash.
Here's Gordon. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. Here's Jones, throwing on first down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Down. 60 or 56. General West.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. They'll run it with Madison. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it third and goal. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Newton. Complete. It's Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Newton on first down. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Sanders, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Gun. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Sanders. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Makes it 3rd.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Here's Johnson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Again, it's Johnson. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Run.
Out of the gun, Newton. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Jones gets it to Gordon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Newton. He's going to float this one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for the Raiders. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Newton. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check. 53's Mike.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. This is Johnson. He's got it. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. Steps away to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, he gets this one to Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. He gets it left side to Johnson. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think, okay, he's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Miles Sanders, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Sliding out of the pocket. Completes it to Hardman. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
On the double.
Spy 56. Let's go, D.
Rush in. Rush in. Right up.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing Jones. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Ready? 50. Plant.
56.
X3. 218. Snap.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
132.5. Let's go.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. Takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.